Hello and welcome to today's edition of Noshing with Nashies. Today we're going to be doing a Chile Relleno bake. For those of you who don't want to do the whole frying of the Chile Relleno, but still enjoy the flavor. So for that I've got a couple of cans of fire roasted whole green chilies. You can get like 8 poblano peppers and roast them yourself if you want to. I have 6 eggs, some milk, about 4 cups of cheese, which you can shred your own or used bagged. It makes it easy peasy. Some baking powder, some cilantro to top it later on. I've got some onion powder, some pepper, some seasoning, salt, some all-purpose Mexican seasoning, some garlic powder, and then back here we have some flour. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is get everything set up. I'm going to grease a 9x13 pan and make sure that's all good. I'm going to drain my chilies and make sure there are no seeds in there. And then I am going to set us up and whip up the egg mixture for us. So that's what sets it. All right, see you in a minute. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to make basically the part of this that makes it a bake. It's sort of a quiche, sort of a frittata, sort of that kind of thing. This way you get that Chile Relleno flavor without having to go through frying. This is a great thing to prepare. It's easy and fast for your family, like after work, that kind of thing. It also freezes beautifully. So we're going to start out here. I've got 6 eggs and we're just going to give them a quick little whisk. Make sure everybody's broken up. And then we're going to come in with about a half a teaspoon of onion powder. And you can season to taste, it's all good. We're going to come in with about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. I like a little extra garlic personally. And again, you can use fresh. You can actually chop up some onions, saute them if you want to, or leave them raw and bake them in this. It'll do just fine. We're going to do about a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm doing Lowry seasoning salt just because I like it, but you can do regular salt if you like. We don't want it to be too salty because there will be cheese in this and lots of it at that. Now, for my kind of Mexican seasoning here, I'm using this Spanglish Asadero seasoning. This is an all-purpose seasoning that's got salt, garlic, chili, citrus, all kinds of things in it. You can use a taco seasoning, a regular Mexican seasoning, anything you want. And I'm going to go about a half teaspoon on that just to give us some extra flavor. And you can do cayenne pepper, you can do chili powder, some oregano would be great in this because oregano is classic in Mexican cooking. And then we're just going to come in with about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And you can use any cheeses that you want. You can use solid cheddar, solid Monterey Jack, you can use pepper jack, anything. It's about 4 cups of cheese is just what you want to have there for that. I'm going to give this a mix, and then I'm going to come in with 1½ cups of milk and mix it together. Whole milk is the best. I've got 2% because that's what I've got in my house, which is perfectly fine. No worries there. And again, give this a little mixy mix. This is what gives us that beautiful poof. And then in my cup here, I have about 6 tablespoons of flour and a heaping teaspoon of baking powder, and we're just going to kind of shake that in so it doesn't clump. And we're just going to mix it until it's nice and fluffy and incorporated. Try not to have too many lumps. You can let this sit to the side for, 5 minutes while you're building everything and give it one last stir, and usually any of the clumps at that point come apart. So it's all good. Alright, so it's that easy peasy to make our bake portion, which makes it all nice and poofy and turns it into a Chile Relleno. I'm going to switch over, bring my dish over, and we will do some assemblage. All right, let's get ready to assemble. We will put together our dish here. I have a 9x13 baking dish. And one thing I wanted to tell you about that egg mixture is if you are prone to heartburn from things like chilies or tomato sauces, anything like that kind of gives you a little bit of the reflux, you can put in a tablespoon or 2 of sugar or a tablespoon of honey, and that usually helps offset the acidity so your stomach won't be too upset. And here I have my chilies that I have rinsed to make sure that they don't have any seeds in them, and we're just going to kind of line the bottom here. I wasn't sure if I was going to need 1 or 2 cans, it all depends. And I've sprayed this with some nonstick spray. Have another can just in case this turns out not to be quite enough. So that's fine. Nice piece there. And I know there's another one in here. There we go. Like so. And then we're going to come in with about a half of our mixture of cheese. A little bit less than half of the mixture of cheese because I want to top it with a little bit of cheese as well. So about 1.5 cups. I'm going to be serving this with some nice Mexican rice on the side. And if you want to, you can definitely put shredded chicken, anything you like in this. Some beef would all be good. All right, and we're going to come in and we are just going to do our second layer of peppers here. Give me just a second. I have to go grab a couple more peppers, but that's okay. All right, I'm back. Always be prepared with extras just in case. And with what I won't be using of these peppers from the second can, I'm probably just going to go ahead and make some salsa this weekend for football season, because it is football season. I just kind of want to go like so and get everybody covered so everybody gets a bite. Then we're going to come in with another layer of cheese. And I'm reserving just enough to the side that we can give it a little topper on top of our egg, which I will do at the last about 15 minutes of our bake time. I will pull it out and top it with some cheese so that that bakes nicely on top. That's how easy peasy that is. So remember to reserve some of your cheese to put on the top at the last 15 minutes of cooking. And this takes about 45 minutes at 350 degrees. May take a little bit longer. You just want to make sure that it is set in the middle and you can use a toothpick to do so. All right, I have our egg mixture here and I'm just going to gently pour this on top so that it gets all up in there. And you can naturally do as many layers of this as you wish. You can make it a 3 or 4 layer if you have a larger family. All right, that's how that goes. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this now with a little bit of aluminum foil, and I'm going to bake it in a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes, pull it out, top it with a little bit of cheese, and let it bake for another 15 to 20 minutes, depending. All right, I'm going to cover this up, and I will see you all in about 45-50 minutes. All right, I just took it out of my 350-degree oven. You can see how nice and poofy it is on our edges there. That's exactly what we want. It's not too jiggly, which you don't want it runny. You want it just slightly like jiggly like Jell-O. That's when you know it's done. And I'm going to go ahead and let this rest for about 10 minutes before cutting it, and I will see you in the finale. And there we have it, our beautiful Chile Relleno bake. You can see just how gorgeous that is. It took about 50 minutes at 350 degrees, and it is a perfect fall treat. Thank you so much for joining me for this edition of Noshing with Nashies. If you have enjoyed, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.